Test. All right. Set 1, set 2. Okay. Cool. So now I have the console going. Alright. So once again, doing... Why is it starting on reset? Let's test. Let's get a proper data set. Player set. Same thing. Okay. Some more play testing here. Make sure this dungeon works. I could try to actually get this working. '91. Okay. Try to get this to actually work. I don't know what that flag's doing. Let's just test it off of here. Well. It's like this works. But not when you go back. That's the challenge at hand. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I mean, I could always do the cheap route. And that is have a hookshot spot here, which I might do just for the purposes of getting this to work. Let's just test again. Okay. Because at least now I can get back. I can figure that out later. Oh, I also did change the name of the hammer. Cultist hammer. Yeah. It's actually the proper name for it, or well, a better name for it, rather. Okay. Honestly, to make this look better, I might just remove the ones above. There we go. So basically my plan is I'm just going to keep playtesting until I have something... Well, that's interesting. That's something that works. I don't know what that 2 is. And I actually have an idea for this screen. I'm going to put that on here. I'm going to grab this, put this on layer 2. Then layer 1, flag. I'm actually going to save because I want to see if that actually works. This might seem really repetitive, but this is how I like to test my dungeons. I try to be as thorough as I can. That's fun. Thanks, ladder. Okay, the warp looks good. I also forgot to do this. Oh, also, did that lock behind me? It also didn't save. This is part of my bug report. And the interesting thing is I shouldn't need to do copycat. That's not how it worked at one point. Wait, why do I have level state on this? I shouldn't need a level state on that. I don't understand why that's not being set. The only explanation is that there has to be a bug with this. Anyway, let's continue onward. Well, that's not what I wanted, but that's fine. Whatever, it works enough. This combo here is just not staying... This guy's just not staying set. Well, looks like it's just straight up not working, actually. That looks weird. Whoops. That looks good up there. Oh, I forgot about heated RMFSC. Oh wait, no, I set that. Yeah, I did do that. Alright. ID 0 if it's temporary or the switch is pressure triggered, which I did. -1. $84.11. You know, I wonder if that alone would do what I needed to do. Oh, interesting. It set those. Shoot. Oh, really? I'm grabbing this now. I don't know why it's not unsetting it. Technically, this should be greater than or equal to 0. Because combo 0 is a thing which I use as a empty combo, basically. While it's pressed. And then switch release. Why is this the exact same code? This needs to be -1. Sorry about that. Hey, Emily. That's probably why that didn't work. Because it was never giving the combo the opportunity to move back to what it was before it was pressed. It was just always the next combo. Or something else is going on here. So basically the situation I'm dealing with for anyone who just hopped on. I want these barriers to vanish only so long... okay. While the switch is down. It's like the switch keeps popping back up, which is correct, but then this doesn't come back once I step off of it. Because the idea is ultimately you push this block, it'll fall onto here, and then you can pass. Oh, well this is back now. But it's not coming back when I... See, it should be gone. Now it should be back. We loop through all of them. How is this checking the flag, though? Oh, combo F is flag, right? Oh, so it's going through each combo, and if it finds a combo that has that flag, it grabs the combo D data, and then it sets the flag to 0. So it's setting it. There needs to be a check that if, basically, if not pressure, yeah, if not pressure, if you're not doing pressure, do it. Otherwise, don't do that. Don't wipe out the flag. And this ended up on the wrong side of that. There. It's annoying. It keeps putting me up here, but I'm not going to move that spawn place. Okay, so that wasn't the problem. Why'd that go right? I hit shift tab. That was weird. I mean, it looks like it's wiping out because it's setting the flag to 0. No, I don't see how what I did would have caused any issues. That should still be the case. The only thing that should really be relevant is here. If you are using pressure, until it's pressed, wait. Then when it's pressed, advance the FFC's combo, play a sound. If secret triggered, then do that. If sound effects, and then go through all of them. Find a combo at that location. So this would be at these locations. Then set that combo D to next combo if it's greater than equal to 0. Well, if it's greater than equal to 0, set it to it. Otherwise, advance it by 1. Okay, so that's mine is doing that. It is doing that. And then while it's pressed and no link, okay. It'll wait, and then once you step off of it, it should set it back up. I can't do that. I don't care. Trace one. I just need to see. I think I could do sprint F to print, but I don't care. I just need to know when it gets there. I don't care what the message is. Okay, so... Oh, yeah, it did it. Okay. Okay, so it does acknowledge when I'm stepping off of it. I am reading this properly. Oh, because next combo is set. It's just going into this anyway. The issue here is that there needs to be more logic. So if it finds the combo, if pressure. Actually, what I should have done was are you serious? Why does it bounce me all the way to the bottom of the page? It's so dumb. I don't need these curlies. Actually, I do. At least I used to need to. Yeah, tonight's goal is to just get things working to where I could do a full playthrough. Interesting. Okay, so this is an issue. Oh, no. I would want to log what that combo is. Because it's doing combo D. Because it's setting it to whatever next combo is. Next combo in this case is 0. So how is that actually getting to... I don't know how it's getting to that ramp. Oh, because it is subtracting 1. Wait, really? So this would just be combo D? Or just set to itself? Oh, hang on. I wonder if it's this. And this shouldn't affect any other usages of this script, because this is just pressure-related stuff, which I don't really use anywhere else. I don't understand. Because like, if I go back to what I had... What would this do? And yet -1. That doesn't make sense. Combo D. Next combo is 0. I'm not understanding what's wrong with this. Actually, if I logged which combo it was, that would make this way easier. So right here. I was gonna do const. I heard that. Jeez. I'm unmuting now. Okay. Good lord. Well, thanks for the follow, Nelly. Alright, let's see what happens now. Brilliant. Now it works exactly as intended. So then once I can get a switch, or a block falling onto it, I'll be able to get through there. Alright, perfect. So the way I'm actually going to do this is... Close enough. Interesting. Wait, what were... The deep. The heck is this? The heck is this? Huh. I don't know why this is pre-packed with stuff with this, but it's there, so that's neat. It's not in there. It's in here, 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 here. Go. Oh shoot. Yeah, my palette stuff has not been working right, and apparently it's quest wide. Okay, so we're gonna set ourselves. Interesting. So I need SY. It's actually gonna be a bit down. Let's go Dorado. Oh, 6F. Good enough. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Alright, we're going to save and quit. So now I can come back here. Alright. The only problem with what I currently have equipped... Actually, no, there's going to be multiple problems. I'm going to at least get rid of the primary ones. Ocarina. Whistle. Oh, that works. Brilliant. Now I have the correct setup. Kill that. Whoops. Still don't like my lazy solution to this, but eh. guess it's when it. One of these days, I'm gonna just bite the bullet. Oh, that's the wrong hammer. Why do I start you with that? That doesn't make any sense. No, you have just hammer. I also might duplicate these hammers, or these items rather, because the hammer you get isn't the cultist hammer. It's the idea is that this is after Ocarina of Time, which you didn't go through my quest in Ocarina of Time, so it wouldn't make sense for you to have that stuff. What all do I have? Oh, I also have the wand. So then the only thing I have here that you shouldn't have... and then if I really want to get nitpicky, what I could do, actually, is... Let's pull up my playthrough quest. Windows is doing this again. Hooray. You're on this monitor for some reason. Fun how small that is. So this was a playthrough I just did of my previous demo. So this is where you are upon ending the previous demo. So it's not quite what you're going to have in level 6, but it's close enough to where I can, like, set where I am here. So bomb expansions is 1. Shoot. Oh, took me all the way down to the bottom of the page. How nice. I'll keep that 10 with that. Quiver, I had 2. Magic, I had 2. Heart pieces. Not that this all matters, but I'm just going to do it because why not? Apparently, I never set my LNR. All right. Sounds good. Perfect. So now I'm set with where I should be. Let's go. Oh, and I actually saved, so I do have a key. Oh, also, the amount of bombs I have is quite interesting. This would be 20. And then 30 of those. I mean, realistically, I had like 12 or 13. Not that that's really matters. Yeah, that'll be 5. So I'm going to save, and I'm actually going to duplicate this. Get rid of that. Alright. Once again, now we're doing stuff. Obviously, I don't have the sword normally, but I'm going to hang on to that. I really wish I knew why that wasn't working. Sure. Save. So when you say save with the editor, you mean like have the, have this be here? I'd assume so, since it's quicker that way. Not only will it take... No. Oh, I see what you're saying. Alright. This guy right here. Let's find you. Too big for Discord because yay. So let's go to my best friend Google Drive. Well, that's not what I meant to name that folder, but here we are. So, share. Alright, Emily, I just made a Google Drive folder. This will just make it easier to share stuff in the future. I dropped my quests in there. I like how you fall while holding the key. It's funny. That was a bad idea. Whoops. Well, that was my chance. Well, that's fun. It's just working for you. Like, you're getting the intended behavior of you hit this, and this remain triggered after I leave and return. Also, it's funny it triggers these. So should I be using the latest build or something now for this? Alright, well, I will make sure my shutters don't open. Well, I didn't think that through. What? Why can't I warp now? Huh. Apparently this was never working. What do you know? Oh, more recent latest build, like, I can't... You would need to send me something, basically. I actually like this puzzle the way it is. Deceptively simple. Well, that almost ruined it for me. That was cool. Well, I would hope it didn't just fix itself magically, because it certainly doesn't work for me. Oops. Wait a minute. Yeah, that ain't right. Yeah, so that's that thing. So you can go back that way, or you can go back this way. No, continue here. So why did it take me... Why did it take me here? $47. This is 47. This is not 47. This is 48 or 37. All right. I don't really understand why F16 took me here. You accounting for the DMAP offset? Well, I mean, it's literally just I'm selecting the screen. There is no offset thing. Like, this is the map and this is the screen. There's nothing here. I don't see how I would account for an offset here. And this is also the left map, so there is no offset. Like, 47 is 47. So I don't understand that. Because, like, does that mean if I go here and then do it, now I'm fine. But yet if I go here, it throws me here. It continued me on this D map without having that on. Nothing setting a continue point. Yeah, down here, this is 2 D maps. The left half is 1 D map, the right half is another D map. Yes, it is. But shouldn't having this not be set prevent me from continuing her? Is the right side warp set there? I mean, that takes me there. And this takes me here. But what's weird is where it set my continue point was on... Well, I guess in this case, it put me up here. Huh. I've never had that behavior, though. It's always, in this situation, I would have expected it to take me here. Because that's where the continue point was. So that is actually surprising that that did that. Well, here, let me update to the latest version. Build. Oh wait, I don't need to do the build stuff. I could just run. Let me duplicate my current version. It's taking its sweet time. Oh, Emily, I did also notice weird stuff going on with palettes now that wasn't going on before. It's like palettes aren't being set right when I go between screens with different palettes. Like, it's actually giving me the black fade out, despite the fact that I should, like, I haven't touched my palettes. I still have those transitionary palettes where between like a palette transitioned areas with different palettes, I have a palette in between that kind of merges the 2 C sets that are different. So the C sets are the same, but yet it's still triggering like that black fade out, as though they were completely different palettes. So I don't understand. Like that's a very recent change. Like the last time I updated within the last couple weeks has caused that to happen now. Okay, well, hopefully that's something that gets fixed somewhat soon. I mean, yeah, it's very different. So, like, I get that. And, like, where I've really noticed it was, like, right here. Well, this isn't Mount Dorado, technically. Wait. Why is this Mount Dorado? Okay. I think I see why it's Mount Dorado. But it, like, everything looks fine here, but then when I actually load in... Yeah, see, it's doing a black fade out. And now it's different. Like, I just don't see why... Because, like, the whole thing with my palette stuff was it's supposed to reflect how it looks in the editor. That was, like, the driving force behind the stuff I have. So that warps me there. And this warps me to Swipe Plains. So it's different D maps, but the palette's using that. I mean, right now I'm back on the right D maps. Yeah, Southwest. Oh, weird. I have like an extra space between them. But yeah, I'm on the right, and like based on the music, I'm definitely in the right one. The right D map. And let me go to another. Yeah, see, now it's doing it here too. I completely forgot I had that music set there. Like it's doing these fade outs when, like, see, like going between these two screens, nothing. Like here, yeah, it's different, but here it's not. Like that's proper. But in the actual game, it doesn't appear that way. Yeah, I'll have to revert my versions. Like go back. I don't remember when it was. But anyway. It's fun that that's behaving like that now. So testing what I'm actually testing tonight. Whoops. I mean, yeah, it's been working without the black fade outs for years. I've literally, oh, hey, yep, it's working now. That stayed triggered. Something was definitely bugged out with that. Yeah. God, the secret sounds loud. But yeah, it's working now. No, well, these aren't permanent, unfortunately. I don't have them. I know how to make them permanent. I just don't have it set to do that yet. Oh, and I remember bringing it up at one point, but the falling animation not being right, how it like gets stuck. That's another thing that quest graphics sprites hero. That's another thing that not that. Yeah, because that's falling and that's jump. Like, it looks fine here. It just, like, it's stuck. It does one loop and then that's it. Make a replay. Alright. I mean, I could literally do that. I could literally do that in the playthrough I just did. I like how this always goes here. Well, the only issue is that this is demo 4. Do you think this would still be fine even if it's like on if this is on 2.5.5, not 3.0? Is this still something that would be valuable, or should I try to do it in a as recent of a version of 3.0 as possible? I wasn't already recording. I mean, in reality, it wouldn't take any effort for me to just like where does continuing take me here? This took me to the right place. Now it's on a different D map. All right. I can record. Yeah, here. Hang on. I could do this. I'll go here so that there's no confusion. So record planes. Nothing special. Oh, I'm stupid. I had to do it when it didn't work. Yeah. I gotcha. Older ZC version. Oh, okay. So you would want it to be an older version. Well, that's perfect because This was in 255, my 4th demo. Oh god, this stretch looks so attractive. Nope, incorrect. Man, I was blind. I was like, where's users? Nightly. There you are. There you are. There you are. Boom. Yeah, sure.
Hello.
Hello. So I have this new file. How do I make sure it enable recording for new saves? I see.
Yeah. So basically the point here is and just more in generally, and you can like do this going forward. If you're gonna play through a new demo, make sure it's recording while you're doing it. Because like what we can do, we have a whole set of replays for a bunch of quests that run every time we make any change to the engine to make sure we haven't broken anything.
Okay.
You keep having breaking updates because you're using a lot of stuff that apparently we don't have coverage for in our replays. Like apparently, like nothing. When I fixed that pound combo on the lair thing, none of our replays caught the fix, which means that none of them caught the break, which means that no other quest in our entire bank of replays uses a pound combo on lair 1 or 2. So, like, that's just something we completely could not catch, which is why I'm pretty sure that was part of the Z3 commit. It looked like it slipped through a -1 that needed to be there for an old thing that didn't for the new thing, and that's the one spot it got missed because no replays happened to cover pound combos on layer 1 and 2 specifically.
Okay.
So yeah, just in general having a replay recording, and you can do this when you're playing through any quest. You just have to make sure that you keep the exact quest file that the save was recorded with, because we would need the quest file and the replay file.
Right.
Where and that basically.
Where do the replays get saved to? Because I'm
about
to do this.
I'm pretty sure there's a folder called replays.
So, I'm looking here. Am I blind? Not seeing a folder called replays.
It may not have made it yet until you do something that makes a replay.
I see. I see. Yep, there it is. All right, I'm just gonna go to planes. Just gonna go somewhere where I know that there's a transition. See, like this, I can already all tell is working. In fact, actually, just going between these few screens should do it. No weird black transitions. It's all working fine. I can cause another transition right here. Just kind of going between palettes. Another one here. All right. So now that I have this replay, I see it made a zplay and a zplay result file. So what would be valuable to you?
The quest file and the zplay.
Okay.
So in general, you can do that for any like bug report that you've got, and that's probably a good, just an instant test of it with your quest without needing to for anything that's too complicated to just make a simple test quest of. And then in general, if you're going to do a full play from start to finish of your demo at any point, record the whole thing and we can add that to our whole database. And then every time that we do anything that needs that, then we can do that. Like we can add it to the I'm not wordsing well at the moment. My brain is fried.
I get what you're saying.
We can have it so that whenever we make any change that breaks anything in your quest replay, it will yell at us and say, "Hey, yo, you broke something. What you doing there? Don't commit that change to main. Yo, fix that first."
That's actually really cool. And yeah, considering I get a lot of obscure breaks, that
One
would
one
benefit
other
me.
thing though, let me be sure to check
Also, to that
because
Google
it is
Drive
under.
folder, I uploaded demo 4, which was this and the recording.
I don't see the thing in the thing, so let me check in the launcher. Because there's one more thing that is possibly important. So check your Z launcher and check if the replay debug checkbox is checked.
My launcher.
Because that checkbox is not in. I don't see it in the menu in ZC.
So Z launcher and Z launcher. Wait, where did you want me to go? In Z
Uh,
player?
ZC player, bottom left, replay debug.
They're both on.
Okay, good. Okay. Uh, if that wasn't not, if replay debug was not checked, then I would have had to say check it and then re-record that because
Okay.
that adds extra information. Importantly, the hash of the visual of the screen every frame, which is how you tell the palette changes. So that would be kind of important for
Oh,
that issue in
okay.
particular. Replay upload doesn't actually matter for. Oh wait, you don't have.
That
Oh,
doesn't
you're
say.
on the older. You're on the older version. The
Yeah.
replay new saves is the other checkbox you have. Yeah. Replay upload is a new one as well, but that also won't matter for you even in the new one because that matters if you're playing a database quest. It will like
Okay.
automatically upload your replay for us
Well,
to
I'll
help
go.
increase our coverage.
So now I'm looking at
I'm
Z
gonna save it.
launch. I'm looking at Z launcher for my current 3.0. This looks great, by the way. Replay debug's on. What was the other one that you wanted me to check?
That's the only one that mattered was
Okay.
replay debug.
Okay.
And
So
having replay
now,
new saves to record things, obviously.
I have that set for my 3.0. So now
Yep.
hopefully all of this has
Yep,
that
and
now.
the replay upload being on will help not with your quest at all. But if you're playing quests from the database, that may help us with other stuff as well, without you needing to do anything because it's automatically uploading it for you. So,
Oh, also, if you have an instance of ZQ open and then you open another one, it throws it to another. I don't know where it is. It's like stuck. Has anyone else had that issue?
um,
Because like I have a version here and it's like in oblivion.
I open the, and then I open
Because I could see it right here. It's
Uh,
just been
I,
doing
d-
stupid stuff.
I do not have such an issue.
Oh well, I was able to close it, so that's good. I've had this happen before, and the way I've fixed it was going into Z launcher and setting its X and Y.
Oh, while you have it selected, hit Windows key up arrow.
I've done that.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
I've done all the windows, like I've done all the ways of moving windows. None of them get it back
Okay.
into space, so I don't know.
Yeah. I can only blame Windows.
It's
that.
yeah, it's not a huge deal. It's just something that I've noticed that's been annoying.
I have no idea what in our code could possibly be causing that to the point where like adjusting the window with the Windows hotkeys doesn't work. So I feel like that has
That's
to be
fine.
an OS issue.
I
In
wouldn't
which
be
case,
surprised.
not much we can do. Windows is stupid like that sometimes, you know. I still love the time. There was a time when you know how you can't turn off auto updates, right? There was a time when it auto-updated, and the auto-update caused my computer to go into a boot loop, and I had to factory reset my computer to be able to use it again.
Oh yeah, I've yeah.
And then the next day it updated, and I had to factory reset it to use it again, and the next day it updated, and I had to factory reset to use it again, and that repeated for like 2 weeks straight. Until they finally put out another update that presumably fixed whatever the issue was, and it stopped boot looping me.
Yeah, I definitely have
Really
some fun
cool.
Windows stories, like when I deleted something that broke my OS, and yeah, at the time I needed a Windows support person to fix it.
That jump is breaking when you hit the screen transition.
The what?
The falling animation.
Oh no, it'll do it even if I don't do that. It's like here, it's
It looked like it broke exactly on the screen transition.
no, it's not because I'm demonstrating it here. You can see Link stops rotating when I'm right in the middle
Oh
of the
yeah,
screen.
no, okay, that's weird. What is doing that? What affects that? Which, for the record, I will repeatedly call that a jump, because that is what it is. It is the jumping animation. It's the same animation
Well-
that happens when you rock it.
Well, yeah. I noticed that when
And
I actually go in here.
I only make that distinction because when I hear
jumping.
falling animation, my brain goes pitfalls because that is called the falling sprite.
Well, right.
Like
I mean,
there's a
that
tab
makes
called
sense.
falling and
Yeah.
a tab called jump. Yeah, so that is what it is, technically speaking.
But it is strange how it looks fine in the sprite
Oh,
stuff.
also, I was checking on your other thing. What is your okay? So the continue screen on your DMAP thing. For the record, when you are in test mode, it sets your continue point like as soon as you enter test
Oh,
mode.
that's
to
right.
Test mode screen.
That would make sense, yeah.
So that's definitely going to affect it in some way. I don't know why that's giving you that weird other positioning though. That feels weird.
Yeah.
But like the test mode screen is the test mode screen. Other than
Great.
that, I mean, you're not using a magic mirror.
Why
You're
isn't
not
it mapping
using.
now? Interesting.
So
My-
all magic.
My map isn't working now. What? What? Are maps broken in the latest version?
Huh?
Because, like, it's not doing anything, and I'm using engine maps, and it's not marking anything on my minimap. Huh. That's strange. I just noticed that.
What is the button that opens my map?
Space. Oh, well, I don't know what yours is.
Oh, keyboard. Where the fuck is my? I'm pressing. Oh wait, I need to give myself the map.
I was
item
about to
because it's
ask, do you have the map?
preventing me from- Yeah, no. You're. What level is this?
This dungeon, let me double check.
Okay, I'm assuming it's less than level 12, so it won't
It's
matter. 'cause I
10.
just gave myself up. Okay, I just gave myself up to level 12.
Fair enough, yeah, it is less than
Um,
12. Yeah, apparently map's not working for me.
The entrance screen is marked for me, but other screens are not marking for me.
That definitely was not broken recently. That had to have just happened.
Well, easy test of one thing. Was it this? Give myself the fucking map again. Yep. Okay.
Map's
It's
broken.
not a version update. It's not. Well, it wasn't your version update. Go back to your ZQ. Go to init data. And the VAR's regions tab,
Oh.
and change that back to full.
I thought I needed that to be physical.
You need that to be physical for what you wanted in your regions. That being on physical is currently not working correctly in not regions, apparently.
Oh, okay. Well, good to know.
Because I just immediately went to test that, and...
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, that's working now. Nice. That was not working. Oh, maybe I just didn't have that in demo 4. Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Can I actually just... Okay, so... What is the other thing, by the way? Oh. So, Death Rider. You need to go to your quest rules, by the way. And find scrolling warps don't set the continue point.
Okay. Check it.
Yeah, that's what's fucking your warp there.
Oh, that makes sense.
'Cause
It's funny that there's
You
one
are doing a
specifically for that.
yeah, you're doing a scrolling warp to a different DMAP that causes it to set the continue point.
Interesting.
So it was setting like it's basically the fact that it's a scrolling warp means the continue here checkbox isn't what's being looked at. It's looking at the fact that it's a scrolling warp to a different DMAP, and that's enough for it to set the continue point.
That's kind of funny that
'Cause
specifically
yeah.
for scrolling warps it did that.
It also does it for entrance-exit warps, but it does that regardless of any QR.
Interesting.
So that's fun. So entrance-exit warp always sets it. Except, caveat, all of that is in the code that does not run if the current DMAP level is set to 0. Because overworlds be different, yo.
Oh, is the map still broken because I saved before changing that? Or wait, what was wrong with the maps again? That was with the regions.
Init data.
Oh yeah,
that's the
so
init
that
data
would be
region.
already set already. Oh shoot. Oh.
Oh yeah, that's an you can probably change it in your cheats menu. Like you literally could probably just change it in your cheat menu and it would probably save.
That's fine. I can reset this anyway.
That is the nice thing about cheats menu, is it's getting a lot more inherently linked to init data in some ways.
Well, that's good. That would certainly make it a lot easier to save and test files without being worried that, oh no, now
yeah,
stuff's gonna be
some
set.
things can't, but like some things I think do save. Because like I think if you change that by script, it saves. So like I think changing it by cheat would save.
All right, map. Just based on my mini map, I can see it's already working.
Yeah. Okay. So that scrolling thing. Oh yeah, and can you test that that continue point if that's fixed now?
Yeah. So let me just.
I do have one slight curiosity, which is what is.
Oh,
map?
not to jump to so many different things, but this was something that we noticed a long time ago, where my scripted subscreen flashes between transitions to DMAPs. It's like the script's not running.
Well,
See, now it's off. I know stream delay and whatnot.
Yeah. Delay. Okay. That's
for one frame. It's like stops running or something.
That's weird.
That's a long time issue. Like I was seeing that long ago. Also,
check.
F6 is working.
Check.
By the way.
Quest rules. Why am I have your quest right here. Why am I asking you to check quest rules? I can check it myself. I am stupid. No, okay. You have that. I don't suppose these are NES Dungeon DMAPs, are they?
Ew, no.
The answer is no.
You'll never see any of that on my quest. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. None of that. Is there something in here? Is there something?
Alright. Take it from the top.
By the way, I noticed that you still have some compat rules on. Notably, one I noticed is the old landing sound effect.
What's that?
You can set whatchamacall now. You can actually set a sound effect for when the player lands. Which without having a feather, that's one thing, but you have side view falling, which would matter.
Yeah. So I would want to uncheck that, huh?
Yeah, you would want to uncheck that, and then water has the splash sound by default, so you would need to edit your water to have that again, assuming you're landing in water at any point from the air. So that would only matter if you have side view water at the moment, because you don't have a Rock's Feather, right? So
yeah,
that would only matter in side view, and so that only matters for your side view water. Would need to have the splash sound added to it again, I think.
Okay.
Which also, I only think that would matter for like shallow water, solid water. I'm not entirely sure on that. There may not have even been anything that affects. I'm not sure if it affects when you fall into side view water that you're actually swimming in.
I could always look into that.
But regardless, now you could have like you could put like a different sound effect on different types of flooring, and
That's really
have an
cool.
effect when you land on them. Every combo just has a generic landing sound effect in the general tab.
Sweet. Also, was the pound combo supposed to work in the latest build, or is that still not like in a finished build?
The latest build was a while ago, so I just fixed the pound combo the other day. What's happening here is I'm pretty sure Connor fixed this before you reported it accidentally.
Oh, all right.
With the X state, because it's just like I just went to test it and see what was wrong, and it's like, wait a minute, no, I tested it in whatever build I had built when you were reporting it before, and I had the same issue, but that was an older build because I couldn't compile because something Connor had changed broke compiling on Windows. Or at least with my compiler setup. The builds on the GitHub were still working, but I couldn't compile, so I was on an old build. As soon as I was able to update, then I went to check your issue again, and it's like, oh, this is just working. This got fixed already somehow.
Yeah,
so I'm assuming it's that one commit I saw that had something to do with X states. I looked at the code in it. I don't understand why that would do anything in a screen that's not a region. Like, the X states weren't working in not the top left screen of the region, is what that commit seemed to be addressing. But I don't know why that would affect the non-region.
Well,
So
I was
that's
asking
just a
because I
little-
noticed my pounds were still not working as of me having
but yeah, none. Yeah, I just fixed that, so you would need a
Sounds
build.
good.
You'll need a build that has a date of at least today, because there isn't a build out at the moment, and I committed that fix last night, so...
All right. Sounds good.
Connor
Was just making
just
sure.
fix something. What kind of fix? Something to do with script draw ordering and regions.
With regards to having falling push blocks in side view, is that something that I should just script, or do you foresee that being added somewhat soon? I just want to know if I should go through the effort of scripting it.
For the blocks,
Falling push blocks, yeah.
Falling blocks inside view. I believe I put that on high priority,
Okay.
which simply means it is on our list before we release 3.0.
Well, okay, so it doesn't mean much.
Well, as far as the point is, we have a list at this point that we're cutting down to of things that need to be done before 3.0.
Oh, all right.
So, like,
That's a good point.
it is on that list. I'm looking at, like, actually, I can filter by things that are high priority and look very easily at the number of results. Okay, we do have a few high priority feature requests, though. That is the thing. But like that is one that's like looks like it's probably a few lines to add.
Okay.
A couple of these are just like, hey, we need to like look at all the dialogues and clean up miscellaneous stuff, and hey, we need to look at all the combo data stuff that's not accessible by script and make it accessible by script. Those are two of them. So those are just like big overarching things. Play string as a combo trigger effect. That's a very simple addition, so that's not like that bad. A script function for toggling a level state on or off that would actually trigger the things on the screen currently. You know how the Rock's Feather and the Lift Glove can be passively assigned to buttons?
Yeah.
I somehow didn't do that for shields, despite active shields being a whole thing. So, like, that needs to be done as a thing. Like, that's a blatant missing thing. Like, someone requested that. I'm like, oh yeah, you can do that. Oh wait, not for shields? I didn't do that for shields? What the heck? What's wrong with me? There's some cleanup for Z3 related script stuff still. There's a thing about SECs. There's a thing about Cs, and there's a thing about light radius on like the enemy editor and item editor for enemies, items, weapons, and stuff to like have enemies that emit light by default. And then there's the push blocks inside you. Those are all of the high priority feature requests at the moment.
Cool. All right. I was just
Now,
curious.
bug report.
So
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 24 bug reports that are marked high priority. So that's given actually well, I can mark one of those off because your X state thing already fixed by builds, and mark that as closed because I didn't need to fix anything for that. So 23 now that that X state bug is closed. And also a bunch of these have Connor like doing active fixes. Also a bunch of these are for 255 as well. Like a bunch of these bugs are like, hey, thing is wrong in 255. And even to be honest, the side view push blocks, I would love to have that be 255 somehow.
Makes sense. I mean, when I sort of just like
the thing is, it's like it should be 252. To be honest, it's one of those things that like that should have always been.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like when I saw that it wasn't a thing, like intuitively, I was like, wait, was this not always a thing?
Oh, also, I need to, while I'm thinking about it, push generic should have a gravity flag. Or actually, gravity flag. Actually, that makes more sense. That makes way more sense as a way to do it. We can do a QR or whatever for like push blocks, but the push generic combos, we can just make it a gravity flag on the combo.
Ooh.
Which automatically handles compat because like
okay,
old ones won't have it checked, so it will not be gravitying, and then that doesn't even need a rule or anything, which could totally be added to.
I would actually want that. That would be nice. In fact, I am using push generic for everything now because I plan on having 3 levels of bracelets, so I need that anyway.
I will say Connor has like final say on backport stuff because. Especially, it is a new feature, and on the one hand, you can argue that this really should have been in, which is a valid argument, and I have used that to get things back into 255 already, like the screen notes. I thought that was in, like, for months, and then someone's like, hey, could that be in 255? I'm like, it wasn't? I didn't get that in 255? Oh, shit! That was supposed to be in before we released 255.0! Oh, shit! So, like, I pulled that one back, and that was blatant enough. But this one is also, like, sure, this is something that should have been in 255, but this also should have been in 252. So, like, waiting for 3.0 is not as big a deal for it. Either way, versions should really have a limited amount of giant things in them, and we have Z3 scrolling for 3.0. So, as far as I understand it, we are trying to condense down towards a release.
Cool.
And then we'll be working on 3.1,
whatever, yeah.
3.1, 3.0.1 and whatever, like we have 255.9 now, for whatever changes we need to add, and then 3.1 or whatever, or maybe 4.0, depends on what types of changes we're looking at making. Also,
oh, I love the EX stuff being changed or fixed. Because I've been relying very heavily on all that.
Yeah, I legit don't know. What build were you using before, by the way? Did you post that in the...
I would need to check. I'm not sure.
Next date broken.
I actually don't even know.
You did. 14th March was the new build. So the fix has to be between 14th March and 27th March.
Oh shoot.
So that's actually not. That's actually a really. If the latest build fixed it for you, that's a really tiny window. It must be the commit that I was looking at. Yeah, it has to be, because that commit is in that range, and it's nothing else even. The only most everything else looks like it's to do with the like bottom 8 pixels showing now stuff, and a few issues with that. Yeah, it's just progressed in. Oh wait. That's even weirder now. Because I just looked at, Connor has a note on that commit that supposedly fix your issue,
Yeah.
and apparently that commit was fixing an issue that also happened more recently than the build you had it broken in.
Okay.
So that was fixing something unrelated, for sure.
Well, it works for
But
me.
apparently
It
that
fixed what I was
regressed in this
doing.
change. So what was this change? What did this... I'm so confused. I don't know what... Your bug magically fixed itself. Unrelated changes seem to have fixed it. If you wanted me to tell you what was wrong and what caused that bug, my answer is wizardry.
Works for me. I mean, it's working. That's all I care about. And I'll always have replays on now, so hopefully you guys will, if anything breaks, you guys will be able to see it easily.
Well, you'll need to give us any replays to do,
So okay.
for anything you want to test.
So how do you want? So would I just basically give that to you if I come across a problem and I'm like, hey, I have this problem. I have this recording where it worked.
I would give you 2 conditions. Condition 1 is if you have a specific problem and you can't just make it in a if you can just make it in a new fresh quest that's one screen and it still happens and it's really easy to reproduce, just do that still. That's still easier.
Okay.
But if it's like, I tried that and it's not happening in a fresh quest, it's something with my quest, I'm confused here, it's more complicated and I can't spend all the time needed to debug this myself, you can do a replay from your quest from an older version that did work. Make sure you give us the replay file and the quest file that you used to make it that works. And then make sure that that same quest file has the issue in the latest version. Because then what we have is we have that quest file that worked before and didn't now, and we have a replay saying exactly how it worked before. So then that gives us a very easy way to fix it. Secondly, the second condition is if you are doing a full playthrough of one of your demos, you can record us a whole replay of your demo and be like, hey, this is me playing my demo. This is a bunch of stuff that all works. And as long as everything works, and it doesn't necessarily need to work as far as your quest point of view. It just needs to work as far as there are no engine bugs point of view. Because it's that same quest file being tested. So if there was a bug that was because you had a combo set up wrong, that bug would be the same because the combo would still be set up wrong, and that would be fine, and that works. That's good for us. That doesn't matter. In fact, in that case, you would be testing that wrong combo setup works in the same wrong way.
Yeah.
Which then is itself a valuable test in its own way. But effectively, by giving us that whole recording there, that then tells us, yo, hey, we can just add this to our thing, and then anything in that whole recording you've made, if it breaks, we would get a lovely little alert.
Alright.
Now, like, we could add smaller recordings to our list. I'm unsure. Connor mostly manages the replay stuff, so that's mostly his prerogative and how he sets stuff up. Theoretically, you could take your demo 4 quest there and do a bunch of smaller individual replays just testing individual things as well. Like, just go somewhere and test something, go somewhere else, test something else as separate replays, and then we can run those all as separate replays as well. That also works. If you are doing a long replay, be sure to save, like, the quest, the save file, with decent frequency, because we can split the replay at any point that you save, which then allows, we can have 7 different cores running 7 different parts of your replay at the same time, which is, like, nice. It makes it run a lot faster, and before Connor added that, we would have some replays where it's like, okay, we're waiting an hour for this to run. You ran, okay. You ran, still going. You ran, yep. you ran was often the slow part, because that was his big quest with a lot of stuff to test. There were a few other big ones too. Just the size of the replays is just. But yeah, so in general, that's what replays are good for. A tight replay can help us reproduce a bug easier. And if we can get some for your quests that are more solid and set, then that can help us make sure everything in your quest is still working. Because, like, if any quest out there actually used pound combos on layer 1 and 2, then we would have known that was a bug before Z3 got merged. That would have been on Connor's to-do list by the automatic stuff he was using.
Huh.
But it wasn't, because no one uses pound combos on layer 1 and 2 in any of the quests we have replays for.
Yeah,
It's
that's
that simple.
fascinating. Yeah.
Everyone must. I mean, and it's obvious that's a new feature, so no old quest would have that. So only a newer quest would have that, and a new quest would need to think to have that and use it when people might be used to the fact that those only work on layer 1 and not think of it, or might just use combo triggers instead to do that on layers instead of using a pound combo, because combo triggers exist now.
Yeah.
So it's like there's multiple reasons why that might not be used. And then combo triggers even. Combo triggers can do it on any layer. The pound combos still only work on 0, 1, and 2. Interesting script you've got here.
What's that?
Interesting script you've got here with the buttons.
Oh, for switches?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, I don't need them anymore. And they are fairly limiting in some areas, but...
Yeah. I will note there is one neat thing that you could have is if you have the switch combo just change itself, then you could have the combo that is the unpressed switch count to a trigger group, and then have other stuff respond to that via triggers.
Yeah. After combo triggers came out, a decent amount of my scripts don't really need to exist anymore. I could just do it all through combo triggers.
Yeah, that's lovely. I love it.
But at this point, it's like I've been doing it this way for so long. I might change how I do stuff in the future, but like I just want to keep the momentum I have going on.
You technically can do like a fucking fade to black or to any color you want. Or well, no, not to any color you want. To black or to white. You can fade to black or to white using combo triggers. Because you can just tint the entire palette gradually, more and more black or more and more white, more and more plus or more and more minus to the RGB, and eventually everything will be solid black or everything will be solid white.
Interesting.
Because it's just, you have access to the tint commands straight out the same way Z-Script does. So you can just trigger it to tint by +1 red, green, and blue every however many frames. And after that triggers, gonna say 63 times, but that's 255 now, because we have expanded color now. So once that triggers 255 times, then that would, whatchamacall, it would be solid black or solid white. And then you would either then use the clear tint trigger to just flash back, or you would trigger it in the other direction the same number of times to gradually do that in some way. Which I'm not sure what the best way would be to do that. I mean, you could like maybe use a counter or something and like give you one of this counter every time you add a white to it if you're doing a fade to white, and then once it hits a certain amount, use that counter being at 255 as a trigger to go do something else. Maybe have a delay to sit on the white for a minute, then go back to another combo that then, as long as the counter has more than 0, it subtracts 1 from it and takes away the white. You would need either cutscene combo to prevent the player from moving or some such like that, which that is what the cutscene trigger combo is for, is to give you the ability to stop the player in their tracks, including the ability to stop F6 without needing scripts.
Interesting.
So that's also just super nice. It doesn't do much else. It literally, like, the cutscene trigger combo is so simple, and it really does so little on its own, where it's like people would probably want more. But basically, you can either start a cutscene or end a cutscene. And if you're starting a cutscene, then you set the settings for that cutscene, which are You pick which input buttons are still allowed to be used. By default, they're all disabled. You pick if you disable F6 or not. And then you can pick an error sound, which will play if the user tries to press a button that's disabled by the cutscene. To like give them an indication of, hey, cutscene, you can't press that right now. And then if you set end cutscene, then triggering it ends the cutscene instead and restores your control. And that's it. That's all it does. But then, like, you could use that in conjunction with timers and counters and whatnot that I just mentioned for fade, and then so you can stop the player and fade to white, then have that do some sort of thing. Like, then you could have whatever triggers to swap from fading to white to fading back to black. Hit a copycat that triggers a bunch of other stuff on screen to change, and then you fade back in and something's changed and it's a new scene. Like you had Ninja and purezc poops in, or I don't know, or like it's a new day and there's new people around, or any sort of thing that would be a cutscene that you would fade out for. Like, yeah, it's just neat.
Yeah.
And you've also got like whatchamacallit, you've got there's a whole graphics tab now. So yeah, you've got the tint, RGB, and clear. You've got the quake and wavy, and you can load different level palette and boss palette by combos. So that's all just super nice stuff. Also, in 3.0, combo triggers can now affect level flags, like your map, compass, triforce, etc.
Oh, wow.
So you can have a combo that, like, only triggers if you have the compass.
Hmm. Oh my god. Resets me all the way back up here.
Woo! Cool features getting added to a randomizer I care about. Awesome. So what else was I needing to do? The mapping.
The mapping?
The mapping being broken in with the region thing set on physical.
Oh,
What
yeah.
is wrong with that? Physical is region mapping. Physical. If mapping is physical, mark this screen.
Whoa.
If mapping is full, oh no.
As you're talking about like a splashing sound when you land in water, it started to do that now.
Oh, huh?
What the heck? When I land in this
Was it
shallow
not-
water, it's...
Was it not doing that before?
I feel like I've heard it before, but it not consistently. Yeah, it's shallow liquid.
It should have been doing that before.
Where would I hear that?
So you can edit the combo now, and it's just
Right.
under the general tab now.
Under the general.
General.
Huh.
Uh,
Okay. That it caught me by surprise. I'll need to change that because that's a very loud splash for. Oh really?
if
It
that
triggered
wasn't
here.
like that, if that wasn't like that before, then that feels wrong to me. Because I felt like that what I changed there should have kept everything exactly as it was before. So.
Well, it's also strange to me. It's happening when I'm not actually landing in the water.
Huh?
Well, like, see where I am here? Like, these are water, but I'm landing on top of it. I'm
Oh.
not landing in it.
Yeah, because it's like, if you're landing on a stone floor, and the stone solid floor has a floor landing sound.
I suppose,
I
yeah.
see. Yeah, I see. That changed inside view specifically, didn't it? That's the new thing.
Because that is a little strange, like, touching the very top of water, I wouldn't expect it would, but, like, I mean, yeah, like, stone floor, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that the way I would fix this is I would have your solid water there that's under the ground not have a landing sound. I would just remove that from that, and I would leave it on the.
That's fair.
Does
Yeah.
that still play it on your shallow water then? Is my question. Is the shallow actually playing it, or is it only the solid under it that's playing it? Ugh.
Well, now that I know that that's a thing to look. Oh, it didn't. Wait, it didn't do it here. What? These are all the same.
Yeah, so that's what I'm
they
saying.
are different combos. Oh, but it still has it. Well, they're different combos, but they have the same thing.
No, I'm guessing it's because it's only doing the one under your feet, not the one that's inside of you.
Oh, that's why I heard it randomly before.
Yeah,
I had
so
to
that's why it's
here.
only on the bottom, because it's like the bubbling hot water under that is giving the splash sound, not the water.
But I don't understand why though, because like the bubbling water.
Well, the bubbling water has the splash sound.
Yeah, but so does the shallow water.
But you're not landing on the shallow water, you're landing in the shallow water.
Well,
I mean, it's the combo that you're landing on. It's the combo below your feet that you're standing on that's triggering the sound.
Oh, interesting. So like the ground here would need to have it.
It's the ground. So you would want the ground to have that sound to be wet ground. I see. Because your shallow water isn't what you're stepping on. It's what you're stepping in.
Yeah.
So
it's
this
a little
is a
goofy,
brand new
but
feature for the record. That was someone just requested this, and this was just added. This feature has room to be changed. So feel free to feature requests maybe and be like, yo, maybe a QR or something for the landing sound playing for the thing that you're in. Or maybe a flag on the combo. Maybe it's time to add some flags to the general tab. Like a landing flag for that or something. Like, stuff like that is feasible. I would file that request probably as soon as possible so it can get merch high priority before the 3.0 release, because we would definitely want to get that in. Since it's a new 3.0 feature, we would want to get a fix change like that in before 3.0, so that is something that would qualify for our high priority list.
I mean, I could do it right now. So is that basically falling, or rather landing?
Yeah, but a non-solid combo behind you, inside view, landing as effects.
Okay, I named it literally what you just said.
Cool.
And then should I add a description?
Yeah, you can just be like, describe the.
Yeah, I am.
Screenshot of the water, and like, do like, in fact, screenshot of the screen you have open in ZQ there, and be like, yo, like it plays the sound at the bottom from the full water under the ground, but it doesn't play the sound at the top from the shallow water. Because that's actually a pretty damn good example case of the issue right there. Okay, so the physical and the full, I see a suspected culprit. Because you happen when it's full, but you happen when it's physical. But when it's physical, that only happens in update hero scur, and only if hero screen not equal new screen, and is in current region new screen.
Alright. I have that feature request out there right now. Well, I actually got myself stuck there.
Okay, that's... The thing that's marking on the map is just in an if condition that it shouldn't be. It's only running if screen's in a region.
Interesting.
I don't know if I broke that when I implemented this feature, or if Connor broke that in some change since then. Either way, let's update Hero Screen and Map CPP. Let me see if I can find that out of curiosity, because I'm always curious what broke things. I broke that. Shame on me. I should have known better when implementing it. If Connor broke that, oh well, it wasn't his feature that he implemented, so he didn't know better. Oh, well, yeah, that would be all in just the Z3 commit together. So that would be not really. Oh god. What the- Oh god, GitHub is struggling with the size of this commit. Holy hell. Z3 was a lot of changes.
I don't get it. What was this? What was the switch supposed to do?
Oh.
Well, that's fun.
That might need to be 1. Also, I'm noticing a new bug.
Oh?
It's taking me back. So, like, okay. So I'm going to do a test quest on this screen. Okay. Takes me to the screen. But then I, like... Was it when I F6'd? I'm trying to figure out what caused it. Because I made, like, a change. And then it reloaded the quest, the test quest. And it reloaded me back where my quest begins, not on that screen. You see, now I'm literally where my game begins.
That's weird. Seems like an issue with the save auto reloading of the test quest. Should probably report that for Connor.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Also, it is absolutely looking, from what I'm seeing here, like this is my my stupidity when I implemented the region feature. I just missed that entirely somehow. Yeah, no, that is my bad. So let me do the thing where I build my changes and see if this fixes it. Were we having any other issues? Because I fixed the hammer, the X state's fixed, I've got the map thing,
Those were the big things.
and you filed on the things I need to add high priority open to.
No, shoot. Well, I did not realize that what I was in.
What? That is strange.
What's up?
It just set them to combos that I wasn't expecting. Does this need to be 1? This actually may need to be 1. Just wasn't no. Okay, that's actually getting a little tedious. I gotta restart my test every time. Okay, it just can't be 0. That was...
So what was... So that's your next combo. Go, open up your script there. Because that looks weird.
What do you mean? Like, what's...
Like the script for that switch.
Not relevant. It'd be in this else. I mean, this is an old script that Moosh got me back when I basically started.
So
dev.
where is next combo being used in the script at all? I know one place it was being used. Is that the only place it's being used?
So
or...
if next combo is above 0, so technically I should make this greater than or equal so I could use 0.
If next combo is greater than 0, then next combo, else combo D.
Yeah, because it'll... So
1.
with this...
So next combo is named extremely poorly because when it is in a true state, it is not using the next combo.
Oh. I see.
It is using the next combo when it is 0. You have it backwards. It's which combo to use, and selling it to use combo 0 uses the next combo as a default. So setting that to 1 means it would use combo 1 specifically.
Yes. Yeah, so I guess combo to use would have been better.
Yeah. And if you do that greater or equal 0, then anywhere you have the script set up that's using 0, expecting that to mean next would break immediately, so...
Yeah, I realize that. I should...
That's the one issue. If you wanted to deal with that, then you could and update all those to
No.
-1, but that's...
I'm not going to. It's
Yeah.
fine. I'll just put 1. It's no problem.
Yeah. Also, I kind of want to make those switches doable in engine.
What switches? Oh, what I have in that script?
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Because, like, what is missing? I mean, obviously falling inside view blocks, but that's already discussed. What else does that even need?
Wait, what are you talking about now? Falling inside view blocks.
Like, the ability to push a block down and have it fall on the switch to hold it down. Like,
the falling
you're
blocks
using
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was...
I
I thought you were talking about my Switch remote script.
Well, I mean, is that not the same script doing the pressure thing in the side view as the other?
Well, yeah, it's the switch that handles while you're standing on the switch, triggers whatever if you step off the switch untrigger it.
Yeah, the pressure thing and the ability for that to work with a block specifically is the thing. Like you can do that with Link, because you can do like a proximity, to like tell when you step off. But to do that with a block, you can't really do. But
Right.
I'm now thinking of like, what if, because like, there's the CPOS info struct, which holds info about each combo position. What if we stored how many push blocks are in each position somehow by that? Or, I mean, well, how many push blocks are in the position? That's a non-layer. CPOS info is per layer as well, so that's not quite right. We just want to count it per... I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that would get in 3.0. That is a stretch feature idea. I'm going to file a request, though.
I mean, if anything, I just want to be able to push a block off a ledge and have it fall.
Yeah,
That's all I
more
want,
fundamental.
really.
That I should definitely get in 3.0. We should not release without that. That should have been in 252. That's such a basic thing. And that shouldn't take much new code either, because having a block able to continue and keep going and shit, like I already have that code for ice.
Yeah, and I mean,
So,
it's kind of a...
It just,
from-
but it needs to account for the direction of gravity, which is always down. So
Yeah, and for me, I would like that's kind of a must-have for side view, because once that's added, I'm gonna use that way more, because that's super cool. Like you could do block puzzles in side view then, which would be awesome. Yeah, and there's been a bug in my sub menu with the A and B button with items, which I have fought with for such a long time that I should fix soon. For some reason, when I cycle to arrows, it like changes my A button. Actually, does that happen in reverse, I wonder? No, yeah, I need to be here. Well, that was not a good example. It's not doing it now. It only happens once. Also, that was wrong, but okay. Nope. Shoot, no. Screw that. Oh. Yeah, what you described is definitely happening, because these little, like, flowing waters I landed, like, partially above, and it's triggering it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think the I added a comment, I think, to that.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah.
And that I think is the way to handle it, because if you just have a flag on the general tab there for if the landing is inside or under when you're inside view, then you just check that on all water. And in fact, we probably could. I wouldn't do it on quests that have already been saved in versions that have this new landing code, but when loading older quests again, which would apply for a lot of tile sets, I would change the updating code to automatically check that for water. You would need to fix it yourself, or we could have a tool for it, I guess, or something, I don't know. Okay.
Why is this part off?
Also, that's a cute little, like, lock block.
Oh, yeah. Side view lock block. I just needed something for it, so that's what I came up with.
Yeah, it's a little small.
Yeah, I'm not a spriter, clearly.
Yeah, it might be worth making a bit taller, just for the sake of it looks both small and angled, so it looks like you should just be able to walk up the side of it. It is cute. It just doesn't look like it really blocks you much. I could see that being like part of like if you inverted that vertically and then made it like a locked door gate thing. With like something connecting, like that at the bottom, that at the top, and then some sort of gate connecting the two. Like that would look pretty cool, I think. I'm really loving seeing all this side view dev here. This is ooh. It's nice. And also, like, you don't have a Rock's Feather. You're making a side view quest, and you don't have a Rock's Feather. That's... in 252, this was the unspeakable impossibility.
Oh, really? Huh.
Basically, legit, you know when I got into scripting? When I was in 250.2, and I went, oh, hey, side view's a thing. Let me design a dungeon around that. And I went, and I planned, and I designed, and then I went to... And then I'm like, well, how do I go up? Do I just, like... And I just... Well, I was testing, I'm like, well, there's gotta be some way up. For now, let me just assume that I can, like, make a combo solidity in, like, a stair shape. And that'll totally work, right? No, it doesn't. And then I went, okay, well, once I went to test that, I'm like, okay, well, how do I go up then? Like, I need to be able to go up before you get to the dungeon item, which is the Rock's Feather. How do I go up? And I looked, and the answer was, learn scripting, bozo, and script your own side view ladders.
Yeah.
So, I learned scripting.
I see.
Yeah, that was... yeah.
I love that for now. I guess then it makes it look more blocking.
Yeah, that looks more blockadey.
I don't know why I had this like this. Like, what's the point of this? Like, I can't actually open this. What combos are these? These aren't triggered by anything. I'm trying to figure out what idea I had where this would have made any kind of sense.
This is the issue of not commenting your code. Except it's not code, it's a screen, but it's the same issue.
I mean, I think I see why. It's so that you can't hookshot up, land here, and then jump over the lock block. But at that point, I could have just made these copycats. Why didn't I just do that? Because I think...
Yeah, which would be basically what I was suggesting anyway, of having it just be like a whole gate that's a lock block.
Yeah, that's kind of what would make sense here.
Which, for the record, if that's an actual lock block, you can use actual lock block copycats for the other ones as well.
Well, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't do it to these. I would, like, copy it to another combo and do that.
Well, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. The copycat and the X state basically were the two parts of lock blocks pulled out into triggers. Because the X state handles the memory and the copycat handles the triggering the copies.
I'd hate to separate them like that. How do I want to do this? Also, it's kind of funny how I could still reach the switch like that. That's... Sword hitbox is fun. And I guess...
Yeah. Oh, and I am technically wrong, by the way. Because technically, I could have used the hook shot. I could have used the hook shot to go up.
Yeah.
But
That's how I
making
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like making you have to hook shot your way up to do any form of up was just not. And then it's like there was so little else I could do. It wasn't gonna work well. It was just no. You at least have ladders to complement your hook shotting.
Well, yeah, I mean, it would have been weird if I had you hook shot literally everywhere. So
yeah, no, it's like imagine everywhere that you have a ladder that needs to be a hook shot instead. Like that's what I would have been dealing with.
That certainly would have complicated things, yeah.
And then you don't have platforms, so you couldn't hook shot up through a one-way platform and land on it. You would need to hook shot up and then move sideways over to land on something every single time. And then also, you would never be able to scroll up. Because you can't hook shot something that's on the screen above you to pull yourself up. And you couldn't ladder to go up. So even with a hook shot, there was no way to go up.
Yeah.
You can just copy the combo somewhere, hit V on the combo, and place it on the 2 tiles above that, and then make something else to put in the middle.
Wait, you're saying do what?
So copy the open combo page, copy the combo, and make a copy of it somewhere.
No, well, that's
And
what I
then-
was thinking about. I use this in multiple places though, so I don't know. I might just do something like that for now to remind me to go back and change this.
Well, here's the other thing you can do, by the way. Go to screen notes.
Well, yeah, I actually have a bookmark to that down here.
And just type yourself a little to-do. Because that way, next time, you won't be going, what was I thinking here with this gate here? Imagine coming back to this and being, what was I thinking here with these blocks here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll still able to trigger, so in my playtesting, nothing's
I
really
mean,
wrong.
Well, those are just lock blocks. Like, you don't actually need to change the combo type. You just need to change the graphic. Because, a lock block copycat combo is just a lock block that you can't open by touching it. It gets only opened when you open a different lock block on the screen. Lock block normals have the copycatting behavior with each other as well. It's just that you can unlock any of them. So the difference here is if you made the top 2 copycats, then it would stop you from unlocking it until you land and touch the bottom one. If you make them all lock blocks, then you can unlock it in midair as well. It's
I see.
effectively the difference as far as I can see.
I didn't put this here.
That assuming that you can unlock lock blocks in midair inside view, which I don't. That's just a question of side view mechanics that I don't know.
Yeah.
Question if it cares about you being on the ground for that. I'm guessing it probably doesn't. But it might, because like chests, I'm pretty sure do. Because yeah, chests would be so broken if you open them in the air. That would just not work.
I never actually did anything here. Oh, I did that. I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
Also, fun question. Do you have anywhere where you can get over the vents in overview and it pushes you up into the axis?
Not in top down. I don't do that, but that
That
would
be
be kind of
interesting.
cool. Yeah.
That'd be interesting. It would give you like some element of Rock Feather gameplay, but without the brokenness of Rock Feather being usable anywhere.
Yeah, I honestly might do that. I have thought about that. And that wouldn't be hard
Also-
to do.
Keep in mind, big thing, you can make solids that you can walk over if you are high enough in the Z-axis. This is a thing you can do in Engine.
Oh, isn't that essentially what we? Because way back when I did my level 4, I have like those switches, those toggle switches.
Yeah, toggle switches, you can. It's like the standing on top of
Yeah.
the toggle switches.
Yeah.
You
Wherever I
can
have
have it so that they're based on it's using that exact feature. You have to use the switch block combo type.
Right
There
here.
is no other way
Yeah.
to do it. But how the switch blocks work is that they whatchamacall. If you edit those,
Oh.
what does the combo have? Or actually, what screen is that? That's 66.5C. I can just open.
Oh yeah, I forgot you have my quest open.
To 60s.
Oh, did I not
see.
implement this?
Switch block. So yeah, you have the allow walk on top and the minus offset. And you have so on those you have the Z value configured to 0. So a Z height for the block, allowing you to jump atop it and from block to block. If set to 0, acts as infinitely tall. So those blocks are infinite height. You cannot jump over them in Z-axis. If you are standing on them when they rise, you can stand on them, but z-axis will not move you over them. But what you can do is you can make that z value not 0, and then if your z is that value or higher, the combo just stops acting as solid, and you can walk on it even if you weren't on it. And it has a step height as well, which actually, if the step height isn't 0, then actually you treat it as non-solid when your z value is greater than its z value minus its step height. Which then allows for like a walking upstairs effect, because if you have multiple of these switches, let's say I have one that has a z of 10 and a step of 2, then I have one that's a z of 12 and a step of 2, then a z of 14 and a step of 2. I would be able to just walk up and down those. Meanwhile, I would notice a difference trying to jump from just normal plain ground onto them. The higher ones would take longer into the air before I treated them as non-solid. And then also you can like jump from on top of a switch block to on top of another switch block. And the height matters there too, relative between them. There's just a lot you can do with height like that. But notably, you could use this because if normally that Z, that only really matters if you're walking from switch block to switch block, or if you're using the Rock's Feather to put you in the Z-axis. But if you end up using a vent in Overview to put you in the Z-axis, that could also be useful. So that would effectively allow you to create a wall that you can just float over, or some such. Or like float up onto one of those higher ledges from below. And like the only thing the script would need to do is just, while you're touching vent, Z goes up. And gravity doesn't happen. I am just super excited for people to play with some of the new stuff. It's always fun seeing when people decide to do it. Like, I'm pretty sure Money did some stuff with the like colored light beams at one point, and that's so nice. Yeah, so you know the like light beam puzzles, like mirror shield light beams and triggers? Well, you can color the beams, which, to say color, there are two meanings to color, and you can do both of them. Because, firstly, the graphic of the beam, you can either pick a tile, or you can just pick colors, and it creates a beam from just raw colors. It just draws a beam. In actuality, it creates a little bitmap, and it basically creates tiles on this bitmap for you at runtime using the colors. And it just draws from that bitmap as though they were tiles. So it's neat in that way. But you can also, if I go to the editor for, let me just file it. Classic. Down here, light. So if I go to a spotlight combo that shoots out a beam of light, it has, sorry, the technical term I used because color would be confusing. Color is what most people think of in games because usually you would have this value correspond to what color it is. But it is called the trigger set, which is a number on the spotlight and the trigger target that can be from 0 to 32. You might think, well, normally things are like 0 to 31, right? Because that's 32 different values.
Right.
But 0 here is special. 0 means all of them. All 32 of them. Basically. Which effectively, to use color terms, 0 means white to light. It is all the colors in one. So then, basically, if I have a light beam that has trigger set 1, then that will only be able to trigger targets that are looking for a beam of trigger set 0 or trigger set 1. Because a target looking for 0 is looking for any light beam at all to hit it. And a target for trigger set 1 is looking for a beam of that specific trigger set to hit it. A target to trigger set 2 will go, that's a trigger set 1 beam. I don't care. And it just won't activate it. in general light puzzle games, you would likely see this as you have a blue beam, a red beam, and a green beam, and the blue beam doesn't trigger the red target. Like, that's, when you put it in those terms, it seems very obvious. And like, that's one of the places where color tends to be used for intuition, which, as I'm saying this, my brain's going, yeah, colorblind, fun. Yeah. Yeah, which is one of the things, this is the thing that's generally used by color. You could just as easily have the beams, like, use tiles for the beams instead of just having it be generated by the color, and then you could just have the beams look different. Have, like, one be a thick, strong beam of light, and have one be a thin beam that can, like, go through gaps or something. I don't know. I say that, that's not actually a thing I think you can do. To have something be solid only to one type of trigger set. That would be neat. That would be neat. Why did I not do that? Coming up with new ideas on the fly. But yeah, so like you can do like different like visuals or something to differentiate it just as well. But yeah, so it's just like the make sure the right beam hits the right target type of feature. Which actually, does the triggers tab have... Yes, it does. Right. The, in the triggers tab, under other, there's the light on and the light off triggers, which are triggered by light beams hitting it.
Yeah.
There's a light beam box that you can enter a number in, and that's the trigger. That's the light beam's trigger set value. So you could, in fact, have like you couldn't have a wall that only one type of light can go through, but you could have a wall that can only be gone through when a type of light is hitting it.
Interesting.
Because, like, when the light hits it, it triggers to be not solid, and then when the light stops hitting it, it triggers back to being solid. And then, like, also, you could, in theory, combining, say, trigger groups to count multiple things being hit, I could have a thing where there's... That's layered, funnily. Why is that over the...
Yeah, and
Does that FC have overhead checked?
Shouldn't. Where's draw over?
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking. I don't even really know why I'm using that. I might as well just use a normal switch. Because I believe... Oh man, I've used the script so much. How do I even do it this way? Because then can't I put like... Oh no, this would just be a block triggers. Oh wait. I could just do this and then just do...
Yeah, just a block trigger would just do it.
Trigger. And then... Does block trigger natively just go to whatever the next combo is? Oh, this is annoying.
Well, it'll be under the statue, so you won't be able to see it.
Oh, and that's right. And the statue will stay there, right?
Because it's in a corner, so you can't push it out anywhere. So, and also, once all the block triggers trigger, every block that's on a trigger locks in place. So you can't push it. Even if there weren't a corner there, as soon as it triggers the trigger, you can't push it again. But that is then the issue. It's not like gonna stay down after or something like that. That would be a job for secrets on the button or something.
Well, yeah. Well, so
and in fact, just secrets on the statue to make the statue disappear. Secrets on the button to make the button turn into the statue.
Oh, that is a way I could do that. Yeah, that would work fine.
It would just that's just like there's all sorts of fancy ways to do it, but my brain's just like, go the simple 2.10 route here. This is not you need none of the new fancy tricks.
Yeah, I don't really see why I can't just do it this way. This is simple enough. Okay, man.
Yeah, the thing to remember is obviously the block trigger. I think you replaced the block trigger flag with the secret flag there.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
So you probably want a switch that just has a block trigger inherent.
I have other switches, ones that probably have what I need. What are you?
Then that could probably work. Also, for the
since-
record, the block hole block next is a type of next for that, which you could use in an interesting way, but also I don't think it's better than this.
Oh, this is
Because you'd still need to do like a weird thing for. Yeah, those imply that you need to step on them to me, though. I would never assume that pushing a block on one of those would do anything.
Alright, I may just need to.
Because that's how Zelda's ingrained that in its usage.
Wonder why I have these, and these are just blank.
In fact, I'm pretty sure there are spots in Zelda where those star switches, you can push blocks on them, and it does not do anything. Are those used anywhere?
They didn't say they were. Block trigger. Just to make sure this guy doesn't have anything strange on it. Okay. Oh, that says step secrets though. Block trigger. What would the step secrets even do in this case? Because like it's just a block trigger. Like that shouldn't.
The step secret does nothing.
Oh, yeah. So I could probably just take that off since I don't need
Yeah,
that.
it can just be a none. The step secret is literally just because that was on the combo. It does nothing.
Yeah.
The block trigger is doing everything. Because triggering all the block triggers secrets. Like that's just a behavior of the block trigger flag. And then there are screen flags in.
No, that works for me. That's what I wanted to
Those
do.
aren't block triggers. It's not. Oh, are none of these screen flags related to block triggers? No, those are the other trigger things. There's things that talk about triggers, but those are the flag 94 and 95. The trigger self only, trigger self secret tiles is what those are talking about. So that's not even related. Yeah, so block triggers just trigger secrets. I think actually in old versions there was a funny thing. I think like block triggers only. Or no, it wasn't block triggers. It was like, you know when you like push a block and just pushing the block at all triggers secrets?
Yes.
That used to be temporary secrets unless the block was heavy.
Oh, interesting. Strange hard code.
Yeah, that was just the hard code. The background walking there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, where if you enter from if you enter from below, you ride the steam up, but otherwise, there's this weird coloring here. I don't know why it's colored that way when I do it this way, cause like
What weird coloring?
well, see how like these are lighter than like they were before. So like see how light they are now, and then I show what they were before. It's like a. And it's like when I go to the editor.
Oh, are you changing something's changing the transparency of that? Is
Which
it
is
your script for the
strange.
transparency is fucking with it, maybe?
Oh, that's probably what it is. Because that's doing transparency stuff. Yeah, because see, now the Steam looks fine. But when I'm off of it, it doesn't.
It's just, as soon as your transparency circle starts drawing, it breaks.
Yeah. Because like, yeah, this is how it should look all the time. But it's like, it like made it non-transparent now. Which is strange because it made the combos above and below it transparent now. That's kind of
what is that script even doing?
I believe there's one called handle transparency. No, that's not what it's called. Oh, set up transparent layers.
Draw radial transparency. Well, set up transparent layers might be.
Oh,
You're going
well,
to
this
get
is all it's
layers,
doing.
Screen. Unless there's screen layer invisible equals. So you're turning the layer. So then draw radial transparency. So it's turning the entire layer invisible. And then it's drawing it by script. So it's probably just drawing it wrong. So what is it? Unless it's valid, get layers, get trimmed layers. Unless layers in, unless map data adds. Print bitmaps clear. It'll just expand everything if you can.
I don't know what the keyboard shortcut is. I'll just oh, that's get transparent layers. That's not relevant. This is everything here.
Okay, yeah. So combo. There's draw combo commands there. Fast combo.
Yeah.
And there's the it's doing a fast combo with OP opaque.
Oh yeah.
It's drawing the combo opaquely.
Okay.
Period. That's just so.
So we
that
would have
needs
to.
to-
We
you
would have
need
to
to
get whatever
account-
the combo is.
You need to yeah. So
We would have to know what the transparency
So-
of that combo was before, and then set it
Yeah.
to
So
that.
so make that. Well, you know what it is because you're drawing that combo. So just put braces on that else so you can put more code in it, and then load the combo data for the combo.
Okay, so would that be like combo data CMB equals what is that a pointer under?
Game arrow load combo data.
Load combo data, and then that would
And
be
You have the map data at L arrow combo D at Q in the line below that.
Oh,
That's the
this-
combo ID. Which actually, I would cut that and I would replace it in the draw. Not the combo C, the combo D. The C is the C set, the D is the combo ID.
Yeah. Well, I'll just make this D.
Yeah.
And then you're saying just remove this.
and- You're going to replace it in the bottom with, I think, CMB arrow ID.
Is it like
that
that,
way
or
you're just-
uppercase?
One moment. I need to check. Pretty sure it's ID. Combo's ID. It's capital ID.
Where both are capital or just the I?
Both caps.
Okay. And then for OP opaque, do I basically just do CMB arrow and some way of getting its transparency right?
Yeah. So let me.
And it looks like I would need to do it down here too.
Isn't a combo as an M flag?
Oh, I don't know how I would do
Well,
this. though,
that's
'cause I
that's
don't know.
that's a circle, not a combo.
Oh, obviously. I see. Oh, it would be down here then, because this is where we're actually handling the combos during the scrolling. It's
Yeah, there's another combo there. Yeah, so that would be that one, and it's gonna be the exact same. I think it's the
Yeah.
exact same thing.
I'm
so.
just gonna copy and paste everything.
So what you're gonna want here is gonna be.
Yeah, because this does OP.
Code
Well, this
share.
does OP tran. Is this when the circle's over it? If you're scrolling, so if you're not scrolling. I don't know if I want to touch this part, because this was drawing it as trans. Is this when the circle is? When is that?
Well, if that's already drawing it as transparent, then you probably want that to draw as transparent.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if it's already transparent, you want it to stay transparent. If it's not transparent, you want it to become transparent.
Yeah,
Is basically how your drawing is working.
yeah. In the
So-
instance where it should be
So
transparent.
basically, you could put the same code there, but you would be picking between transparent and transparent. So it would serve no purpose. So yeah, you should just need, I think this. And there are more parentheses there than you have very intentionally
Well,
These
yeah,
things
for
need to
order of operation stuff,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if it matters. I always parenthesis my bitwise because I do not trust order of operations. I've coded. I'm the one who's dug in and coded the parser. I've literally modified the order of operations myself, and I should damn well know how that works. I do not trust it with bitwise ever. What is wrong?
CMB has not been declared. Eh?
You didn't revert that in the bottom one that you edited with the transparent. You changed the
Oh,
thing
yeah.
CMB arrow ID, and you didn't change that back. So that's it's just what you have inside the load combo data parentheses.
Yeah. There we go. All right, let's give this a shot. I do need to be done in a few minutes. Well, that's a nice spawn location. Yeah, I'm overall very happy with how this dungeon's turning out. Whoa. All right, well that's drawing something fun.
Oh,
it's
what's
like
happened?
it's like brighter.
Oh, it's stupid. Love when the stream just pauses for some reason. It's draw. Oh, it's. Is that layer still just being drawn by the engine normally? Did that layer not be made invisible by the script? Because what that looks like to me is it's drawing transparently over itself.
I'm trying to see. I don't know what layer that's on. Saving quest, thank you. Well, it's above Link, so it has to be like layer 3. Yeah, it's layer 3 it's being drawn. Yeah. Which the script has that.
So is layer 3 being set to be invisible when you...
Well, like in the get transparent layers, where it sets what to draw transparent. So that would be DMAP 69. 69, 22, 24. This is 22. I'm pulling layers 3. It's doing it for layer 3. So it should be...
Okay, so...
It is doing the right thing.
But like... okay. So the layer is completely invisible, though. That's what the script is doing, yes?
I assume so, like you were saying it was...
Look at what it's setting and the place it's setting at.
It's transparent.
Probably wherever it's setting up the layers or something.
Oh, set up transparent layers. Screen layer invisible.
Yeah, okay. And that's being set to true for layer 3 for that screen. Like, that's what the code.
Right.
Yeah, you're not scrolling or warping, and I assume disabled trans is false, and I assume the layer has that correct bit set. So... what the fuck? Okay, let's... How are we getting the... How are you getting the map data? Where are those map datas?
Being passed in. Passed in from map data.
Which also, by the way, this won't work in regions very well.
Oh, yeah, that is... I'd imagine, yeah.
Yeah, because you're... Yep. There's actually... There's map datas for whole regions that you can do.
So it's just getting a blank map data array of 6 length, size 6.
What?
Huh?
What's filling that?
I mean, on initial run through, I'm not seeing
thing.
That. You're also passing it to on-screen change below.
Oh, fair.
So I'm guessing that's probably what's handling.
Oh, yeah. So when I would change to that screen, it's getting the temp screen of that.
Okay, yeah, getting the temp screen. Which actually, funnily enough, I'm pretty sure the temp screens you don't actually need to do every time you change, because the temp screen is temp screen pointer. It changes when the screen changes automatically.
Oh, yeah, so you'd set it once and it would always get the new reference every time.
When you load the temp screen, you know what the temp screen for layer 0 is? I'm pretty
What?
sure it's like -1.
Oh.
Like the number -1 is that pointer to temp layers. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Either that or starts at some big negative number. But it's just some hard-coded negative number. It means, hey, this is temporary layer 0. So yeah, actually I'm pretty sure it's not -1 because -1's an error value. It's probably some big negative I started with or something. But yeah, so that, I mean, that looks correct. So that doesn't look like the issue. Also, screen layer invisible at whatever. Well, that's assuming, well, yeah, that's get trans layers. That's getting it in the same way, and it's getting. And you're setting the layer invisible to true there on screen change.
Yeah.
And then you're setting it again in the setup trans layers. So that's definitely confusing. So then here, if you don't have a layer, you continue. But then otherwise, you clear the overhead bitmap. And then on... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. No, that doesn't work. Because that's not screen fast combo. That's overhead fast combo. So why... What is going on here?
It is...
You're drawing the combo as solid for all of them onto the overhead bitmap, and then you are cutting out. So the problem here is that you are drawing it transparently to the overhead bitmap. What is on the overhead bitmap? Emptiness, or actually, yeah, it's clear 0, so it's cleared, so it's emptiness. So you're drawing transparently over an empty black screen. So what is the color that you get when you put that transparently over solid black is what you are getting, instead of transparently over the background. And then you are drawing that solidly over the screen. The issue here is that your overhead bitmap's blit to the screen is not transparent. So what you need here is you need to have 2 separate overhead bitmaps. You need an overhead bitmaps for solid things. Or actually, no, you don't. No! No, this is so much easier. Oh, beautiful. Change the anim flags thing there back to just OP opaque, like normal.
Right here.
Watches with stream delay for
Oh.
however long.
Well, it'd be where you...
I think
It would be where I put...
I'm like a minute behind. Whatever has anim flags should go back to
Okay.
just OP opaque.
That's what I did.
Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to...
Once we do this, I need to be getting off.
Yep, this should be real easy. Just add that if. Like, you have the combo data CMB equals. You put that if right after that line, and then the overhead fast combo is inside that if. It is conditional on that.
What line do you want me to put that on?
Code share. Above the overhead bitmaps. Above the line you just modified with the anim flags.
Oh. So you want me to just put that over this?
Like, under the combo data CMB line.
Right, so here.
And then indent the line below it to match the fact that's inside the if now.
Yeah.
And that should work. Because if the combo is transparent, you don't need to draw it over as solid. at all, ever. Period. You just don't draw it. That's the whole thing. Because you're drawing all the combos as transparent later. So just don't draw this one as solid. That's all it is to it. If this works, which I think it should. Then
Yeah, looks good. Yep, looks perfect actually. So that'll also fix other instances where I had transparency existing.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep, because your
awesome.
script just didn't account for the
Oops.
toggle transparent editor checkbox as it needed to there.
Cool. That looks really nice. Sweet. All right. Well, that works.
Woo! Yeah, because basically what was happening, the first time we were drawing opaquely onto the bitmap, which then was drawn opaquely onto the screen, which then was wrong. Then we drew it transparently onto the blackness of the bitmap, which was then drawn opaquely to the screen. Then I said, oh, you're going to need another bitmap so you can draw it transparently. And then I realized you don't need to. You're already drawing everything transparently directly to the screen. You don't need a bitmap for that at all. You're just doing it for everything. So just don't do it other than that. Just skip the other draw.
Right. All right. Well, I would say this
Actually
was
using the git bash for your commit messages, also having aliases for your quick commands. Oh,
Oh yeah, I've always been
such a good at the git user. I do not commit message in bash. I type git GUI and then I type my
Oh
commit
no,
message
this is,
and then I hit push.
and it's funny
You know,
because
my favorite thing when I create a new branch and I want to push it to my origin, if I git push in the command line, it goes like, sorry, what? No upstream branch exists. And I have to do like a whole bunch of extra parameters and stuff. If I have git GUI open and I click push, creates the upstream branch for me automatically without any additional effort.
yeah, so I actually recently in the last couple of weeks copied over my bash RC from my work machine. So I literally just copied it over, and these are all what I use for work.
Oh, I
So-
don't see a rebase-i here. Though I don't know how, if that
Oh,
with aliases, can you just add extra parameters after?
yeah.
Like if you had okay, then yeah, get rebase -i is definitely one I would
Well,
expect to see.
Like my get clean right here, I have -f--de.
But then like, can you type GCL and then add more dashes after that, and it still works?
I believe so. Yeah.
Then yeah, then I would definitely have a rebase-i here as an option.
Well, rebasing is the one thing at work that I actually use GUI for because command line like merge conflicts is blech. I'd rather use a UF for that.
rebase-i is not rebase-i is not for normal rebasing.
What does the I flag do?
Oh, you don't know -i? I need to show you. I just freaking went over this for some other people, I think earlier today, with a whole example. Let me just screen share here
Well,
my Discord and show this other Discord. So like, let's say I'm working on a branch and I've got a bunch of commits, like a lovely set here.
good
I'm
lord.
changing
Russell.
the format of the save file, and then I made some more changes that I didn't bother naming well, and I made some more fixes that I didn't bother naming well. Then I fixed the utility function that wasn't working. Then I fixed more stuff about the save file that was still broken, damn it, and I was mad at it. Now, looking at these commit messages, this one looks kind of nice. This one looks kind of nice. These are junk commits just trying to fix this issue.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to push that like that, do I? So instead, I'm going to git rebase-i head -d5. This would just be, you can put a commit hash here. Head tilde is this number of commits ago. So 5 commits ago.
Oh, that is
So,
super neat.
Then Notepad++ is my editor. So that then opens this with the most recent 5 commits here with their hash, their message, and the word pick here. Now, what happens here, if I close this, it's going to go through and pick each of these commits, which, having changed nothing, will do effectively nothing. If I were to say, reorder these commits, then it would apply them in the new order. So I could move 5 here above 4, and then it would have the 3 ones here related to the save file there.
Yeah.
But then there's all these other commands you can use too, most of which I've never touched because you do not need all of them. This is the simple change. Go from this lovely set of things it gives you, and then I moved these junk ones right after the thing that they were modifying, and I changed it from pick to F, which is you can just use P for pick. They all have single letter shortcuts. F is fix up. What does fix up do? Have you ever done a squash merge?
Yes. You're
Fix up
squashing
basically
them.
squash. You're basically squashing those. The difference is if you use the actual squash here, it like does stuff with the commit message too.
Right.
Fix up is a squash, but it's fix up by default just ignores the commit message of the new of the later commit, and you can do like -C to make it ignore the older commit instead. I've never used that because it's always this type of thing where I commit something with a message, then I realize, oh shit, there's a bug. Foo. Oh shit, there's another bug. Foo. Fixes. Fuck you. Why is this not working? Why is this broken still? Fuck you. Rebase. Merge all of those commits into one clean message that no one needs to see anymore.
Right. Well, that's good to know.
So yeah, that is rebase-I. Now, obviously, you could theoretically, if you reorder these commits in an order that doesn't just work, you could then create conflicts for yourself, which you would then need to do conflict resolution on and whatever. But in general, this is great for like, hey, I just worked on this feature all day and I just did like commit, especially like when we have like our automatic web stuff. Whatchamacall? Because our web has brain. We have like the tests that run when we push our changes, right?
Yeah.
So what I might have is I might make a separate branch and I might push something and then it fails. So then I commit something that's like changing 2 characters, commit foo, push, so that it runs the test again. Commit foo, push, run the test. But like if it's failing on Linux, I can't test that locally. I have no way to test other than pushing commits and having them fully run. So I need to be able to commit that, but then I need to be able to rebase it to clean up the message afterward, and that lets you like obviously you have to force push then to because you've already pushed those commits to that branch, but you just do a rebase-I, clean up your messages, force push, boom, nice clean commit to pull request into main.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, that is one of the absolute godsends I have found of Git, and seeing that not on your little list there was an ooh, gotta teach you something here.
Yeah, I'll mess around with that because
I think Connor's the one who taught me that.
Cool.
It's stupid good.
Sounds like it. All right. Well, it is past midnight.
Indeed.
Thank you for the help.
It is no longer my birthday. It was my birthday, by the way.
Oh, happy birthday.
Indeed. I am 26 now. Woo.
I am 9 days off from being 27.
Nice.
But yeah, thanks for all the help and the improving of things that I wasn't expecting to be improved, but it's really nice.
Also, if you want to change that thing back to physical and then just let it be broken until the next update, I have fixed it.
What was it called
that
again?
Will be fixed.
The
init data vars regions. It's the only setting on the tab.
Init data vars regions physical. All right.
Yep, because that is I did fix. It's literally it was just there's the spot that was doing the full region mapping, and there's a different spot that's doing the physical region mapping, and the physical spot was just it was in an if statement that it shouldn't have been in because that needs to happen even when you're not in a region.
Gotcha.
That's all it was. So I just had to move those. Like I moved 2 lines down 1 line. That was the whole fix.
Nice.
But, alrighty. Good night then.
Yep. Have a good
See
night.
ya.
Bye.
Always glad to see you, Devin. Always glad to help out.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Cut you off there.
I was just saying I appreciate it. All the help.
Yep. Yep.
Right.
Always glad to help.
Goodbye.
It's my job, almost.
No,
I'm always glad to help, and especially we get some new feature requests and stuff in there, especially with the new features and stuff like the whatever it is that we were just talking about, like the the landing sound effect thing. Yeah, that stuff. Like that's new. Barely anyone's tested that other than probably the person who requested it, and people probably didn't test it inside view with shallow water that you're walking through specifically. It's a very specific use case that it doesn't work in. So you can good to have caught that before 3.0 got out, because then that would have been an annoying change later.
You can always expect me to find obscure issues, since that seems to have always been
Yeah,
my knack.
you're
since the
real good
beginning.
at it, which then leads us to that's also why you have the issue you have now of updating keeps breaking things for you, because you were good at finding the obscure issues, but you didn't give us a replay to be good at keeping them fixed. So now you're finding them again for us by updating.
Well, I have my replays on now, so if as I'm
Yeah.
doing playthroughs and things work, and then oh wait a minute, this random
Yeah.
thing doesn't work,
Now
I'll just go to my
the
last
big thing to
replay.
keep in mind is if you edit, you need to start a save file that is on the quest file as it currently is. So like if you have a save going, but then you edit the quest file at all, replay's useless now. It needs the
Oh,
exact
okay.
like you need the save needs to have been run entirely on one exact unchanging quest file.
Ooh, so I would need to
Which
consciously like do that and
again,
copy
that's
the
why
save file.
this would be good to do if you're doing specifically reporting a bug, or if you're going to do a whole playthrough of a like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go do demo 5 is out now. I'm gonna play through all of demo 5 and record it.
Yeah, that's a good
Or
idea.
if you wanted even now to go play all of demo 4 and record it in a version where everything worked in it, then you can give us that save and the demo 4 quest file, and that works, and that would keep everything that you had as of demo 4 up and working. And then you did the same with demo 5, and then whatever, and just
Yeah, especially
yeah,
considering
definitely.
especially considering it's getting to a point where this quest is starting to get really big, and there's a lot of stuff that I do and I don't touch for a long time, and then just randomly
Yeah,
breaks. Like then
exactly.
I don't need to debug
And
stuff that worked.
yeah, and like if your stuff randomly breaks because you changed the thing in one of your scripts, oh well, that's on you. If your quest randomly breaks because you updated, then it's like, ooh, we could have prevented that, because if we had a replay of your quest with that behavior preserved and working, then the moment we change something that broke it, we would get flashing warning lights saying, yo, you broke something, you broke something.
Yeah. Well,
So it's like
I'll
it
try
would
to keep
sound
that in
our
mind.
alarms immediately. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
just something to keep in mind if you want to do the time investment of a full playthrough. If you're going to do one
Well,
anyway, like when you
yeah.
release a new demo, that's
Right.
obviously time to do it. If you want to take the time investment to do that for an older, because if you were to go through and do that time investment for demo 4 now, like take some time and do that, and as long as you save using the save button in the quest, like the replay, we can split it at any save point. That also means it keeps recording through saves. You can do it over multiple
Oh,
sessions. It
yeah.
doesn't need to be all at once. So you do not need to do it all in one sitting. So if you can just spend some time and like play through a demo 4 save and just try testing things, like it's like, oh, if you've fought your Legionnaire enemy, cool. Now if anything would break your Legionnaire, we would immediately get an alert. Hey, you did something that broke Death Rider's Legionnaire script.
That's really cool that works that way.
And it literally, like, if I go, let me just find, I have the thing muted so the bot doesn't yell at me. Oh, hey, Connor fixed the thing. The bot was yelling the wrong branch name. It was saying, I think it was always saying main for a while, even when it wasn't on the main branch. But, let's see, what is in, so here is an example of a lovely, no mic. So if you were to click that, and then at the top right, check the show diff, and you'll see a very little something that looks red and off in the lower image.
In the lower image.
So like for this one, it's with both the
Oh, I
checkboxes
see it.
top right checked, it's the second frame has like looks like someone's hair.
Yeah, something's highlighted. It's hard to see what.
Yeah. So what's happening is those highlighted pixels are different. What they are is not what they should be.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Here, I think this was. Oh, the player is drawing in front of the transparent waterfall instead of behind it. It looks
Oh,
like, or the
yeah.
hair, the top of it at least. So that's what that's catching. So that's a report. Something fucked with transparency in some way, and that got caught. I don't know what this. Oh, this is an active branch that Connor's still working on. So this is currently this was a bug caught less than a day ago because Connor was just working on stuff to do with. Is that what he just pushed? Something that's what he pushed yesterday, last night. something to do with
All right.
various issues related to order of layer drawing in regions, blah blah blah. So yeah,
Yeah. Well,
I have
that's
a bunch of fixes for that.
that's pretty neat. I
Yeah,
will.
so that's our lovely test. So we would like get image of your room with the Legionnaire, and we'll be like, why is he just standing there when he's supposed to be moving and doing a jump attack?
Yeah.
And like just as an example.
Cool.
Or then like, why is this animation off by 1 frame?
Yeah. All
Okay.
right.
I'll
Well,
let you go then. Good night.
good night. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. This was a very productive stream. Yeah. So I'll see you guys.